Hey everyone, it's Ten Types, and today I'm playing the Twin Battle Trainer Trial, I think is the name, and this is the newest one. It came out a few days ago. I've been playing it a few games, not that many so far, and so far it's been okay, but we'll see how it is in these videos. Honestly, the decks I've been playing against have been kind of bad, so hopefully they're a bit better today. But today I'm going to be playing an Archaludon deck. It's pretty much like standard Archaludon. It plays poison stuff in this build, which I think is the most common way. But there are certainly a lot of Archaludon lists that play not poison as well. So we have that. And I play Dusk Ball and Great Ball. Dusk Ball is like Great Ball from the bottom. You look at the bottom seven or the top seven with Great Ball, and nothing too crazy. Some of the Pokemon counts like 2 Latias, 2 Pheasantipede, 2 Blowmer Saloon EX, 2 Squawkabilly EX, kind of janky, and also only a 2/2 Archaludon is a little awkward, but I haven't found it to be too bad so far. Um, but yeah, it's not great if you prize an Archaludon piece. That's like kind of bad. Obviously, if you prize two of a card, then that's pretty bad. I guess it depends exactly what it is, but overall, the decks felt pretty solid and pretty fun as well. Again, not too different from standard, which is kind of what I was expecting, but it's still interesting. And let's see what my opponent's playing in this first game here, though. And hopefully, it's something interesting. Hopefully, I don't know. I just want to see the different engines as well, because the engines are definitely probably the thing that's changed the most. Attackers, you're like modifying the counts by like one or two, which is meaningful, but it's not as meaningful as the engine changes, in my opinion. But I'll choose to go first, potentially for the turn one donk, or just to get a Drowdon down and be attacking faster. But yeah, I think it's fine. We start the Blood Mercenary EX. We do have two of it, so it's more likely it's not like that bad to start. But well, it's probably the worst Pokemon to start. But we can get out of it, and we have two Great Balls. So hopefully we get something off of that. Oh, we got Nest Ball, so that's really good. I'll take Squawkabilly here. It seems also really good. We are going to lose an Archaludon, which is not ideal, but hopefully it's fine. And we get Latias EX. That's also really important. And I'll get down. I'll get down the Duraludon. Wait, no. We did not prize any of the Duraludon pieces, which is nice, and we do have Night Stretcher to get it back. We prized one of those. Yeah, so that's a little annoying, but it's not that bad. I won't go for the turn one poison. We can't get the knockout, but I'll certainly play down the stadium. There's no reason not to, and I'll get the energy in the discard as well, and we'll just see where we are from there. This position, again, seems pretty decent. We got another Squawkabilly, not what we're looking for, obviously, but it's fine. And I'll probably just attach to the Duraludon, and I think I'll just pass. This getting hit into isn't that bad. I think that's the Pokemon I'd most like to get hit into, and I'll hold the Dusk Ball as well, and we'll just pass. My opponent started Pheasantipede. They did the they did the confused emote for whatever reason. So I wonder what they are running, or if they're surprised by what I'm running. I feel like this is. Oh, maybe they're also running Archaludon with hops. Maybe they're certainly running hop something. We see the Zacian and the Snorlax. Oh, Snorlax. And we see Postwick. Okay, goodbye, Perilous Jungle. And Postwick might be sticking around because we played the first in and we didn't really have a choice, but it is what it is. And my opponent got rid of Lucky Helmet, which is interesting. Lucky Helmet's interesting. I played it in my Durant deck. The Durant deck is like really bad. I don't even think it's actually posted yet. I think I'm posting it tomorrow, where it's just like a really bad deck. But anyways, it's kind of funny, and I do play Lucky Helmet. And Lucky Helmet's actually decent in that. Anyways, they got a Varoom down. Okay, I think Varoom is like kind of not great. They're gonna pass because they can't really do much of anything here. And we got our Caledon. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'll Dusk Ball for Brute Bonnet. I think is okay. I don't even know if we need Brute Bonnet. I guess it's good for the Hop Zacian, and then we don't need Pekaron. Pheasantipede is probably better actually because it's really important to get down. So I'll take that, and I'm gonna research here. I will not Palpad. Yes, we're getting rid of all our Palpads, and I will accelerate one energy, and then again just research, and ideally take the knockout. There's a good chance we have it, but it is possible that we miss. And certainly don't want to play that Squawkabilly here or the boss. We did miss. That is pretty annoying. We have the stadium. That doesn't do very much here. I could play down the Duraludon. Um, oh, we do play Super Rod. Okay. I'll just pass here, I think. That seems okay. I mean, obviously, I'd rather take the knockout. I'm wondering if the deck wants more energy. I don't remember if it plays Earthen Vessel either. I guess we'll find out when I play the Arven. Actually, no, I have the list somewhere. So let me find the list in another tab. But yeah, overall, the deck is it's decent. I've had this issue where I've had like trouble getting the things that I need though, which is kind of awkward. But hopefully we get what we need. And it's my turn. So I top decked Metal Energy. Okay, that's really good. I think I'll also. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I think I'll Arven. Arven seems okay, and okay, we do have Earthen Vessel. I'll play that too and get. I think Binding Mochi isn't necessary because we're doing enough, and if we're poisoning, we're like definitely doing enough. And so I'll take these cards. I will then get rid of an energy and play down the Drowdon as well. That definitely seems good. And I could Super Rod back the Archaludon now. I don't really hate that. I have two. I don't think I need both of them. And I definitely want this in the deck. Definitely don't want the energy in the deck, but this is a pretty decent position. Things get kind of sketchy if they send this up. We won't be able to knock it out, but it is what it is. I'm also going to play the Stadium to reduce their damage. We're going to knock out their Pheasantipede, which is obviously good just to get that off the board as well, especially when we take the knockout. That's really nice. I don't think their hand is doing very much here. It certainly does not look like it, so this is a very good position for us. We'll see if they are able to draw something. Even if they top deck Ultra Ball, they could get Revavroom, but they can't use Revavroom because they don't have any cards in their hand after the Ultra Ball. And after they play the Revavroom, they don't. So they're going to send up the Zacian. It's going to do, right now, 60 and 30 Snipe, and that's all they're going to be able to do. We cannot get the knockout because we played the Drowdon, well, because we have a full bench. We could actually get Turos. So actually, I'll Pokegear. And if we can do that, that's actually really nice. They're going to go after the Squawk ability to, I guess, knock that out eventually, which makes sense, I guess. It's not an amazing target, but it's the best one they got. We did not get Turos. I'll take nothing. No, maybe I'll take Research. Yeah, I'll take Research here. And I'll just attach to the Drowning. We actually got the Night Stretcher, which is kind of a weird and not ideal order of stuff, but that's fine. And I'll just attack here. That's not bad. We would have rather obviously gotten the knockout, but this is fine enough, right? So then we would have also poison knocked stuff out between turns. If we had done the poison, we would have done that. Then they couldn't have used Pheasantipede. We know they have another one. Unless it's prized, it's in their deck or in their hand somewhere. They have to be playing two. They got TM Evolution, which is pretty weak here, but I could get them the Revavroom. They could theoretically play it. But I also feel like if they had energies, they would have been playing it. Maybe they're just holding off. I'm not sure. But anyways, they're gonna Revavroom. We're gonna knock him out here, and we'll just go from there. Kind of see what happens. We got another Ancient Boost Energy Capsule, so we definitely cannot research here. That's really bad. I think the play is just to attack. We could Iono. Research is pretty bad. Iono is also pretty bad because their hand's bad. But maybe it gets going after this. But I still think Iono, we lose a bunch of cards in our hand and they get a bunch of cards in their hand. So that seems kind of bad. And we're just digging for like energies or something, but that's not super useful. We get the boss here. That is pretty useful. They send up the Hop Snorlax. I guess they are, just trying to build things up because I can't imagine they're going to attack with it. They could theoretically maybe using I don't know. It would be like really hard. I'm sure there are ways to do it, but they fail the Buddy Buddy Poffin. I don't know what their targets are for that. And they just pass for Room, I think. Yeah, that's a target. But yeah, they can't really do anything here. I guess I'll boss and I'll take the knockout. And then hopefully we're fine. We are in a good position. Didn't need to play any other cards there. We have a bunch of supporters in our hand, which is kind of good, but we have too many actually. So that if we get Ionoed here, then we won't have it like many, if any, in our hand after that. But we do have Pheasantipede. It should be all right. And I mean, we have the Archaludon, and they're not really doing anything, and they just pass, and we get the win here with Metal Defender. Oh, and we get the Archaludon. We actually don't want the Archaludon, do we? But we got the energy. Which doesn't matter as well. So, anyways, we did win the first game that I played. Again, I played a few games of this format before, but that was okay. My opponent didn't really set up at all. Obviously, they were able to attack a couple of times, and that was about it. They had an awkward start and just didn't draw into any of their supporters. My deck plays some supporters. I could see more. I could see, honestly, if you want to make it consistent deck, this is just a general tip for really any format. Just put in more supporters. Supporters make decks more consistent. Items do to an extent, but supporters are more powerful than items. You can't play as many supporters. You can play one supporter every turn. So your deck, if you just play all supporters and no items, it's way slower, but it is consistent at least because you'll be able to play a supporter every turn. and so you'll get some value, even if it's not super good value. But if you put like, I don't know how many draw 3 supporters there are in the game, but if you put like 20 in your deck, it would be consistent, not consistently strong, but consistent nonetheless. Um, Anyways, I don't know. If they weren't playing a lot of supporters, they probably just didn't draw them. But anyways, let's see what happens this next game. Hopefully, my opponent sets up and I set up, and we have a good game here. But yeah, the Arcaldon deck I think is the best deck for Twin Battles. I made a video going over the different decks before the format came out, and I was like, I think it's going to be the best. I haven't really played other things, but if you're relying on some engine that is like Noctowl, that seems kind of bad because you're going to struggle to get that. And you can only use 2 Noctowls like throughout the course of the game. You could theoretically use more using Turret Scenario or like technically recovering them after Area 0. Under depths goes offline / gets bumped, but like that's kind of awkward. So realistically, you're just going to be playing 2, and that's if they're not prized. So that's not super consistent. I feel like a deck where you can just go ahead and attack and have like a basic engine seems better. Anyways, we'll see what my opponent's running this game, and we'll see what our starting hand looks like, because this obviously is not a starting hand. So hopefully we get Squawkabilly. Like last game, our starting hand was kind of sketchy, but we were able to top decked out of it / got lucky enough on the Dusk Balls / Great Balls. Dusk Ball and Great Ball, I believe, are the next best item search cards behind the like Quick Ball, or no, behind Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, and Buddy Witty Poffin. We'll see what my opponent's doing. I really hope they're not AFK. That'd be kind of bad. And okay, it looks like they are not AFK. They were just taking their time there. And we start Latias. And wait, are we going first or second? We are going second, right? Yeah, so I'll start Latias, and I will play the Duraludon, I think. Yeah, I'd rather it not, like if we get Grabbard or something weird like that, that'd be annoying. And it doesn't, we want them both down realistically. I would adjust start the Latias. So we definitely have Latias down, and then having Duraludon is not an issue. We see Duskull is getting a counter. Dusknoir and Dusclops, they are getting counters soon with the Psyduck or the Golduck. I think the Golduck isn't really something you'd play, but because it's a stage 1, but the Psyduck technically can be stopped by Klefki, which I don't think is super meaningful, but we'll see. Anyways, okay, they just passed. Wow, okay, that's really good for us. I think, can we win right now? No, I don't think so. Well, I know we can't win just off the Arven. That's what I was thinking. Because we could poison them, but that just does 10, so that's not enough. I think I'll just research here. That might be like super aggressive, but I kind of like it. I'll definitely attach that there. Um, we need an energy. We need some different things. We don't need to win this turn to like win the game, but I'll research still. Looks like we don't have it. Yeah, we just don't, which is okay. I'll get rid of the metal. I'll get 2 metals out of the deck. We can attack here for 30, which is fine. I will not play Pecharunt. I don't think there's a reason to, and I will attach to the other one. I think it's fine, and I'll hold the stadium and just attack, right? We can get back the metal. That's kind of bad, so I'll just attack here. We have research. Our position is pretty good. And we don't really want to play any of our cards, so we're not going to do anything crazy. They are in a pretty awkward position, I guess. I mean, they're like a turn behind. We'll assume they have a supporter. If they don't have a supporter, they can't really do much of anything. They play Dusclops, which obviously they can't use. If they use, they will lose. But they're going to Ultra Ball. Dusclops does kind of like heal itself, I guess, when they use its ability. Healing in a very loose sense of the word. I mean, it dies, so it's not really healing it, but the damage doesn't matter on it, is what I'm saying. They are playing something fire, some counter gains, or 2 counter gains as well, which is interesting. I don't know what that's there for. Charizard can be played by itself. We see that. We see Dusclops. Charizard can be paired with Dragapult as well. I think that's pretty solid. It might be what they're playing. We'll see. And wait, did we get rid of our boss turn one as well? Yeah, we did. That's kind of annoying. They're going to Curse Blast. That seems super aggressive, like insanely aggressive. They don't get a prize. We get, or maybe they get, well, I was gonna say maybe they'll counter catch it, but that doesn't like do anything because, maybe they'll Iono. Maybe that's why they're curse blasting. We got our Caledon that's prized. Oh, that's good to know. Good thing we got that as well. I guess they're gonna Iono, and they just wanted to, like Iono, like get us lower, right? That's the only reason they do that. Which like but then they're losing a Pokemon, right? And like if they could Dusknoir a Duraludon, that's way better because they're actually getting that's even just an even prize trade. But Dusclops like seems pretty weak. They're gonna get back the fire, and then presumably like researcher, or no, presumably Iono, right? That's what they're gonna do. They just pass. What was that play? They would have been in a maybe okay position if they didn't do that. But I win, so that's awesome. Um, yeah, I'll just accelerate the energy and attack and win. I don't know why they Dusclops. I feel like it's kind of awkward to not do anything. And if like we bossed Charmander, they like couldn't have really won at all. But also like the Dusclops was getting knocked out either way, realistically, if I attacked or if I didn't, or if like with obviously was guaranteed to get knocked out when they knocked it out. They didn't really get any value from it either. And it's not like playing Super Rod did anything good. In fact, it probably made their deck worse. They didn't want to draw into those cards. So that was kind of weird. Not really sure what happened that game, but we won. And they didn't draw anything. So hopefully this third game, my opponent sets up. I've played every game and I've like I think I might have gotten like given up some prizes at some point. Yeah, I don't think I gave up any in the first game. They barely attacked. So, yeah, us hope this third game is a bit more interesting. I was hesitant about the format coming in. It's been okay so far, but not great, right? So I'm interested in hearing your thoughts down below in the comments as well. If you like the format or if you don't, I think it's okay. But I think it's my least favorite of the five. And I've ended up liking a Singleton Showdown less than I was expecting. I didn't hate it. I think it's okay, but it just wasn't super fun to play. I think it's a fair format for Pokemon to try out though. Anyways, we start Pokemon. We are going first, and we have this hand. It could be worse, certainly. It could definitely be better as well. We'll see what we decide to do. Probably just Squawkabilly, right? But starting Pokemon is cool. Oh, I was gonna say we could win, but we will not win on our turn. They start Pidgey, and they got Duraludon. Okay, this is really interesting. They got Arcaludon. They do play Pidgey. Okay, looks like we're getting rid of a bunch of energy and getting Squawkabilly. I'm wondering if I should Super Rod back one of the energies, um, or not. Yeah, I just don't really know here, to be honest. I don't play like an absolute ton of Arcaludon, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not sure what the right play is here. I think I should Super Rod back one in, because I'll probably end up discarding it more later. I probably want, um, you want like four in the discard throughout the course of the game to be able to recover, but I think this is fine, and I what's my other tool? My other tools, yeah, I'll Binding Mochi. The Squawkabilly, I guess it doesn't really do very much, but it does more than nothing, so I'll do it. I guess it kind of shows that I'm not playing Rescue Boy, but whatever. Okay, we got the Stadium, we got the Night Stretcher, that doesn't do anything, and we have Brute Bonnet, and we have Carmen. So I'll play this down. I'm looking obviously for Ancient Boost Energy Capsule, which we don't get, unsurprisingly. That's not crazy. I could Dusk Ball, or I could just Ultra Ball. I think I'll just Ultra Ball. That's probably the right play. I kind of want a Dusk Ball. No, I'm in a Dusk Ball. Dusk Ball's fun. It worked. I can't believe that worked. Okay, so we got Dusk Ball. Or we got the Drowlon off of the Dusk Ball. We can attach to that. Oh, and we can't retreat. Yeah, that's something we need to. I need to remember. I kind of forgot that, but that's fine. I'll just pass. We could attach the Metal Active and retreat on our next turn as well. That's possible. We're gonna presumably discard whatever we top deck, which is fine. And then I will get the Arcaludon and start swinging with that. Unfortunately, we missed the turn one knockout. I don't know if it's worth it going for it. It's like obviously harder to get with the worst decks. But I feel like we were kind of close. They're going to swing in um, for something. They're just going to swing 30. Okay, I don't know how Hops focused this is versus how Arcaludon focused it is. Obviously, we see the Pidgey. That's really interesting. It's not like absolutely crazy, but just not something you really see. And they do damage. Pekron and Brute Bonnet. There aren't great like snipe targets in this deck, so that's kind of good for us. We're going to get rid of the jungle, I guess. So that is probably never gonna we're probably never gonna poison them this game. Maybe we do. I mean, it doesn't even matter here. But anyways, I'll get the Arcaludon. We do have two energies in the discard. What's happening? Okay, there we go. I clicked wrong or something. But now we can use our ability, get the energies on, and then research and hopefully, attack. There we go. And we get the knockout. I will not play the extra Brute Bonnet for the extra HP. That seems kind of bad. Not terrible, but could be it just doesn't seem great. I'll Dusk Ball for this, I guess. Not super useful. I've actually, like, I haven't used it much in games, but anyways. And now I'll just Poison and not attack, or not, sorry, not attach. Oh, and I need to retreat. So I'll play Latias, and we'll just, yeah, not attach. We're not going to poison the Arcaladon. We don't really want the damage there, and we'll just take the knockout in between turns as well, which is really nice. That's partially, like, if we had Binding Mochi, we definitely wouldn't want to poison ourselves, because, again, getting the knockout between turns means they can't use Fezandipti EX, which is really good for us, as well as certain other cards, I guess, like Hassel is one I think. I don't know how much it's played, but it's a decent card. Definitely would not be shocked if I see that in some decks. I saw someone play like Nemona. I feel like Nemona is like pretty bad. Like they're decent tier 2 supporters. But anyways, they're gonna super ride back the Hobsashian EX and the metal. Okay, I'm really surprised they put the metal back in, especially because they don't want to draw the metal. But I guess they can call for family. But then they send up the Pidgey, which I'll knock out. I certainly don't mind doing that. And I'll Nest Ball. I did not check prizes. Okay, we have the, oh, what do we get? I think I'll get the Duraludon here. I could get the Fezandipti. Fezandipti EX again is good, and I might Turbo Scenario the Pekkaron. I don't think I need to do it now. I don't think it's like in that big of danger. So I'll just go ahead and attack. I could technically get the knockout between turns using Hammer In or Pekkaron, but then I lose a bunch of energy, so I don't think I'll do that. So I'll just take the knockout here. That feels pretty fine. We got our 300 HP, our Caledon EX in the active. We take a prize, remove their Pidgey from the board as well, which is quite nice. Pidgeot EX, obviously, a really, really good ability there. And once they get that going, that might be fine. I don't know. They're obviously getting off to a pretty slow start. But we'll see how this goes. Again, I don't know why no one else is setting up. Like, I feel like maybe I'm just getting lucky, or I guess they're getting unlucky. Oh, they do have research though. Okay, they're gonna get rid of a Copper Is this why they're not setting up? So they got that, which, oh, that would stop me from playing my. Well, I'm down Perilous Jungle, but that would have stopped that. But it's still on the board, so I don't know if they play other stadiums or if they play Poison. They could be playing it. They got another Hopsash in EX. Um, wait, how much damage does that Copper do? It does 230 for 4, which is okay. And then it can't attack back to back either. All you could do was at 130. They are also playing Revavroom. I feel like, wait, is this the same person? I don't think this is the same person. They played this single prize Caledon. Wait, but they didn't get any of the energy because they super out of it back. Okay, well, anyways, I'm gonna boss knock out the Hopsashi and EX in between turns, and oh, I guess I poison myself, and I'll get some energy too. I'll get a get rid of the Latios, that's probably fine. And then I'll get 2 energies, obviously slap one on the Duraludon there. We don't need to retreat anything outside of the Arcaladon. Does not have free retreat, but we can retreat anyways. And we get the knockout. We are poisoning ourselves, but that's fine. And they already played the Arcaladon EX down, so they can't accelerate energies like at all. They're in almost like a completely dead position. Like, yeah, they could have had an energy on the board or waited to potentially do more on their turn. Which I think would have been better, especially because this Arcaladon like doesn't do anything at all because none of their Pokemon have Metal Energy on them. So we are getting Iono down to 1, which is not ideal. We got Pokegear, which is cool. What got Ionoed? We Ionoed, yeah, a bunch of supporters. We have some left in there, so maybe it's worth it to wait on the Pokegear. I think I'll just attack here though. That seems all right. Oh, we got Fez. That's good. We could die to our own poison. That'd be kind of unfortunate. We will poison them though, and I'll Metal Defender. And oh yeah, we don't have Binding Mochi. Like, yeah, we'll knock him out going into our turn. That's not what's gonna happen. It doesn't matter that we don't. Like, we knock him out on our turn, which is fine. Normally it's better to knock your opponent out going into your turn, because then they send something up that just can get knocked out. But again, it doesn't matter because it's the last prize. So they do have Pidgeot EX up finally. They are going to quick search. And they can retreat here as well. So I think the poison play was all right. They might Vladimir Selena EX us here. I'm kind of nervous, not super nervous though. And I think we have decent routes here. We got the Fezandipti EX. Would love to get that on the board, but we have Pokegear 3.0. I held off on that, which I think is okay. They might Iono us again. That is very possible, but I'm kind of playing it like if they're reading into this, they're like, oh, I didn't play anything. Maybe they think, oh, I have a dead hand. They're going to retreat into the Pidgeot. So we'll see if we can get the knockout here. It's possible. Oh, they're gonna boss the Brute Bonnet up. Wait, why are they bossing the Brute Bonnet up? Like that heals me essentially. Okay, well they did that. Oh, Pokegear, I guess that's probably not the right play, but whatever. It's the play I made, so. Um, and yeah, I'll poison now. I guess I don't want extra damage on the Archaludon, so I'll do that. I'm not gonna get the knockout here, unfortunately. We're a little short. Maybe they forgot I had Latias. I don't really know. But anyways, we're gonna attack. We do to essentially do 50. Again, they'll get knocked out into our turn. They might be able to knock us out, or they presumably can. Then we just win, right, with Duraludon plus Brute Bonnet. I know we could just peck around them. So we'll see if they have anything. They need some healing, like I don't know what that healing would be, but whatever. They need some healing, right? Or they could, yeah, no. If the Archaludon's on the board, that'll win. If the Brute Bonnet plus either Duraludon or Peckrunt is on the board, we win. Um, Actually, if they bump the stadium, oh, they got Full Metal Lab. That's interesting. Okay, they might be safe here actually. How does this work? Uh, oh wait, they didn't knock us out. Oh, that's like really unfortunate for them. Well, I guess I'll just attack for game. That is interesting. That is something. I guess it didn't matter about the Full Metal Lab then. So we did win again. My opponent also again didn't set up. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I haven't had any great games in the format so far, and this is like my like fifth or sixth. I haven't been playing that many, but sixth or seventh. I don't know. It's I think less than 10. But overall, the format's it's okay. Like the deck felt fine to play. It's like interesting. It's kind of like standard. Standard's fun. I mean, I like the TCG, which is essentially standard. So I enjoyed it, but it's not like a really truly different format. To me, it didn't feel like. But I'm interested again in hearing your thoughts down below. But consider liking, subscribing. That really helps out the channel a lot. It helps me. But I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I'm said to you in the next video.